Long time no see. I guess we haven't talked to you guys since the bowl game. A lot has happened since then, as you know.
A lot.
So what's kind of the last month been like? Obviously, Coach Heupel leaves unexpectedly, the coaching search, and Coach Gus Malzahn comes in. Just how has that kind of been for you guys, and how have you guys kind of adapted and learned to work with Gus?
I think it's just a lot of uncertainty, but we were prepared for that in the way of COVID. Just how the season went and not knowing if a game would go through or not, and just that whole process. I feel like really prepared us for this whole process of a coaching change, and um, it's been a whirlwind, but I mean I'm grateful for it. I know a lot of the guys are grateful for it, and we're ready to go. So
Hey, Dylan. I wanted to get your thoughts, your impressions of Gus Malzahn when you first met him. What did you know of him before he got here, and what have you seen from him so far since you've been around him?
of course I knew him growing up. Obviously coaching at Auburn and just being that high profile coach, but just when he came in, I just want to treat him like a real man and just be approachable and have that good conversation. And we are able to have that. And I got a lot of respect for him just after having continuous conversations with him. He's someone I look up to, and he's a role model. Just the way he handles himself, the way he holds himself, and also just the way he speaks to others. He's very loving and caring, and he told me he's going to coach me up the hardest. So I'm ready for it, and I'm excited for it.
Hey, Dylan, what kind of differences did you notice in the vibe of this practice compared to some of the practices you've had in previous years here at UCF?
Just how organized it is, and truly I'm just focused on the present. The past has happened, but we're here. The future of college football is here, and we're really excited to go with it. Coach Gus just basically told us how it's going to go from start to begin, or from beginning to end, and we were able to talk about it. Know exactly what reps we're going to do here, and just walked us through it. So it's super organized, and it showed. So
Dylan, you're still getting to know Coach Kinney. What's your reaction to him and what those conversations have been like as you're starting to develop a relationship?
what I love about our relationship is just him being in Hawaii for a year. He gets it. He understands kind of the culture and just understands where I'm from. So I appreciate and I'm grateful. He was there and came over to here, but having that, he understands it. We can connect on a different level, and also from a football aspect, he's a really smart guy. He's done it. He's been in the NFL and he knows what it takes. So I'm excited to be a sponge and just learn from him, soak it all in, and get going. So
Dylan, I know it's still early in learning everything about the new offense, but what do you think a Gus offense at UCF is going to look like, and how much different do you think it's going to be from what you ran the past couple years?
um, I think it'll be a little different, but at the same time, we're gonna be super explosive, and Coach has stressed that to us. We're gonna be really fast, and um, we're gonna go score a bunch of points. That's our job, and I know Gus or Coach Gus knows all about it, and we're gonna go do it. So.
Dylan, during the transition, you seemed to kind of take on a larger role. You became a little bit more vocal. You were obviously actually kind of out recruiting. You obviously got another Hawaiian wide receiver, coming your way. Did you just was that on purpose? Did you just want to take on a larger role and kind of take over as the voice of the team a little bit during that time?
I think naturally that's where the leaders will step in. With no head coach, it was really player led and in a lot of aspects. In the weight room, in the meeting room, whatever it was. But um, man, I am all for it. I'm here. I love it here, and I'm with these boys. I love my teammates so much, and being able to be that. If they choose me, man, I'm excited to do it. And for the recruiting deal, I'm really close to Titus. Love that guy like my brother. Played with him when I was younger, and 7-on-7 camps and stuff. So I obviously was pushing for him, and I'm glad he made the decision to come here. So
Excuse me, Dylan. What did you see from the other quarterbacks this morning? Um, Gus mentioned you're kind of leading that group along with obviously the coaches, but what have you seen from them and what do you want to see out of them from this spring?
I think it's crazy just, looking back 2 years ago, I was the youngest. Now all of a sudden, I'm a veteran. I mean, it's crazy how things change, but, I obviously, played 2 seasons, got a little bit of experience and anything I can, talk with those guys or talk through, I'm going to help them, but also they help me just giving a different perspective. And that's what I love about the QB room. They're very loving and caring as well. And we can just talk through certain situations, how to play through, certain progressions. So I love that QB room and I'm trying to lead it as best I can. So.
It's been a while since we've seen a UCF spring camp without a Mackenzie Milton out there. What's that like not to have him out on the field today?
It's different, but it reminds me of high school. When I said bye to him to go to UCF and I was still in high school, it's kind of the same feeling. It's, like he said, the torch is passed, but also, I'm excited to, truly take over. And I'm excited for his journey. We talk all the time. I love that guy to death, and he knows it.
Hey, Dylan, Adam Shadow from Fox 35. How I guess, do you keep from trying to be overwhelmed by all the newness of everything, new coaches, new system, new way of doing everything?
Change is inevitable. And, the truth is you just got to soak it in. I think if you overthink, if you get overwhelmed, you got to just take a deep breath. And, my whole approach is forget what happened. Is that you're in the present. This is what's happening. And you got to adapt, and that's something, I pride myself in is adapting quick because, going into a game, you might get a whole new coverage. You got to be able to adapt, so adapting to change, it's been good so far. And, there's going to be ups and downs, but it's how you stay positive, how you keep the group going and push forward. So.
Dylan, what are you seeing from this wide receiver group? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of new faces in the primary mix, with Marlon, Trey, and Jacob moving on. Who's kind of stepped up, and who do you think is going to have a breakout spring?
I think from the receiver group, it's super exciting because, whenever there's new faces, there's plays to be made, and you got to make plays if you want to be on that field. So, obviously, Jay Flash coming back with a lot of experience. He's a great receiver. Has proven it last year, but now it's it's exciting for Caden Robinson to get in the just on the field, and then Jalen Griffin and all the new guys really B Johnson. But I'm excited for all the guys. Whenever a receiver group is highly competitive, there's a lot of plays on the field, and it'll be a fun spring for that.
Matt, last question.
Dylan, like Gus had talked about, and a lot of his assistant coaches have talked about how they want to create this kind of more of a family atmosphere, pushing, kind of raising you guys up as players. Have you noticed that? And what does that mean to you guys to have those discussions with the coaches?
This coaching staff really just cares. They're genuine. They're real. I mean, they're just truthful. And that's all you can ask as a player. Having that, it feels really good because I know he's going to coach me. Coach Kenny's going to coach me to the best of his ability, push me, which is something I want, and I know all the QBs want. And I know at other positions they're doing the same thing. They communicated that at team meetings and unit meetings. So we're prepared for it. We're going to be coached up at a high level. We knew that when Coach Gus was coming in, and we're excited for it. So.
All right, thanks, Dylan.
Thank you.
I'll finish.